G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Where's My Yowie. Today, I'm reading an old newspaper report about an elephant escape at White Hills and a Bengal tiger attack at Ballarat on the same day in 1856 in Victoria. So we'll get into it. This was published in Melbourne's The Argus on Wednesday, the 20th of February, 1856, titled Ballarat. On Saturday last, 2 accidents occurred, one of which it was, at the time, feared would be of a most serious nature. The elephant that was formerly exhibited at Cremorne Gardens has been a distinguished visitor at Ballarat for some weeks. It is quiet and docile, and when accompanied by its keeper, most obedient. On Saturday, it was taken on a begging excursion to the White Hills, and, the day being very hot, the keeper entered a tent for the purpose of quenching his thirst, leaving the animal alone outside, who, upon finding himself free, walked away in a direct line, trampling beneath his huge feet everything that came in his way. The women screamed, the dogs barked, and the miners shouted until the poor animal appeared deeply anxious to leave the noisy throng and, in a most dignified manner imaginable, cleared a passage for himself by hurling down some 8 or 10 tents. It is surprising that no one was injured, inasmuch as most unwise attempts were made to stop his progress, one man being foolish enough to strike him with a violent blow with a pick, but the noble beast moved with dignity along without attempting to retaliate. The second accident occurred in the yard of the George Hotel, in which is kept a handsome caged tiger. A man going to see the animal persisted in putting his arm through the bars and tapping him on his head, in return for which the tiger caught him by the hand and wounded it so severely that amputation will be necessary. There, well, this is pretty crazy, this. These old-time menageries, with the elephant one especially, they used to go visit other places, like take the animal another place, and it was like for an advertisement or for the beating excursion. And what they'd do was they'd take the animal around and you could feed it so that they didn't have to pay any money to feed their own animals. And this is a classic. So they're like the guys on the beating excursion at White Hills with the elephant, and it was a hot day. So he's entered the tent for a purpose of quenching his thirst. So it's like it's a shanty pub he's got into, and he's obviously forgotten that he's got an elephant with him. And it's like taken off, and it started trampling things. And it wasn't until dogs were barking and people screaming and miners shouting that he's probably realised, oh, that's right, I brought an elephant with me. And it's knocked down a few tents, but it didn't hurt anyone, which is pretty good. And then also the second one was, this happened in the George Hotel at Ballarat, and they were keeping a tiger there in the yard there in a cage. And this guy's gone to the pub and obviously got on the drink, and then he's decided he wanted to pat the tiger, and he kept putting his hand through the bars and trying to touch him and that. And Itzhak grabbed him by the hand, and he's going to have his hand or his arm amputated. And it just goes to show that elephants and tigers and alcohol do not mix. Okay, that's it for me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.